Hey, this is Tom from the band Living Monstrosity, and if you look at the videos on our channel, I made one a little while ago, throwing back to July 2023, where I was able to travel Europe for 2 weeks, visiting a few different countries, having a little holiday for myself, a little warm-up holiday, before spending 2 months traveling around South Korea in September, October the same year. And I took a camera with me and took lots of photos, and I'm in the mood to reminisce and share the photography, anything that might be remotely interesting to talk about. So, in the last video, I talked about Marseille in the south of France. I spent a few days there, and then I hopped on a train from Marseille to Lyon, and then to Zermatt in Switzerland, where the Matterhorn is, going through Geneva, past Lake Geneva. I went through Montreux on the Lake Geneva shoreline. Didn't see any smoke on the water, so I took it as a good sign. Yeah, I checked into a hotel on, I want to say, the outskirts of Zermatt, underneath the Matterhorn. Amazing scenery, very serene and peaceful when the weather's nice. Very foreboding and ominous when there's cloud or rain. And it was a mix of the two whilst I was there. So my first full day, I decided to take a cable car up to the Matterhorn Glacier Paradise, which isn't on the Matterhorn, but is on a peak opposite, and there's, unsurprisingly, a glacier. I wouldn't call it a paradise, but yeah, it's a 40-minute cable car journey one way through several stations, one of which is called Berg, and you get to see spectacular views of the mountain, the glacier. It was miserable weather, at least at the top of the mountains that day. So the cable car ascends into really thick fog, mist, cloud, whatever it was. Once you get to the top, once you hit the end of the cable car journey, you can take an elevator to the peak of the mountain, where on a nice day, it's probably quite warm, sunny, you can see for miles and miles and miles. The day that I went, it wasn't like that. I walked out into a blizzard and couldn't see shit. And because at ground level in Zermatt, the weather was nice and sunny and summery, you know, plenty of cloud, but the sun was still poking through. It was really warm, really humid, 25 degrees C. I decided to wear shorts, and I took a hoodie just in case it got a little bit chilly. But I emerged on the top of this mountain wearing shorts and walked into a blizzard, basically, and couldn't stay outside for very long for fear of getting frostbite or any other number of conditions. Not my best decision, but at least I didn't wear socks and sandals. Through little breaks in the cloud, you could see, again, the glacier, the mountain, the snow caps, the ice, the snow, anyway. People rushing inside, skiers to get away from the blizzard, and then eventually it started to clear up, so I started to head back down. They started letting the skiers go back out again. On the way back down, the clouds sort of lifted, so I got some spectacular views, headed back down the mountain. The next day, the weather cleared up significantly, but the cable car up to the Glacier Paradise was really expensive, so I went on a few smaller trips, smaller cable car rides up to Senega and Rothorn. Again, spectacular views of the whole valley, the Matterhorn once it started to clear up. I don't know. I don't think anything I can say can do the views justice. The view from the backyard of the hotel I was staying at was amazing on the last day when the weather really cleared up. You know, I got to the point where there's barely a cloud in the sky. I made a second trip up to Senega and had a walk around the valley, some of the hiking trails there. Really clear views of the Matterhorn over the lakes, ponds, hills, pine trees. Just spectacular scenery. I saw lots of sheep, some sheeps that were really cute, just chilling in the heat. So yeah, the last day in Switzerland was basically a travel day. I wanted to take the Glacier Express train from Zermatt to St. Moritz. 6, 7, 8 hour train journey through the Alps. Wasn't as good as I was expecting. I had the similar situation in Norway, where I guess it depends where you sit on the train, what kind of views you get. I did a train journey from Oslo to Bergen, Christmas Eve 2022. Saw some great views from the seat that I was in, but towards maybe the really good stuff seemed to be on the opposite side of the train, so I didn't get the best view of it. It's hit and miss, but still went through some beautiful scenery. Again, arrived in St. Moritz realized I'd booked a hotel way up in the hills outside of the city centre, and it was a trek to get back down to the city centre and checking that out, so I just hung out at the hotel. It was kind of like a Red Dead Redemption kind of ranch place. I guess if you go to the Strawberry area, a Red Dead Redemption, like a really big old-fashioned wooden hotel, probably been there since like the 1930s or something. Several thousand oak trees probably valiantly gave their lives to construct and decorate it. I had a really nice room with a creaky wooden floor and a balcony overlooking the mountains, and I just sat and played guitar and relaxed and watched the sunset. And the way the sun set over the mountains with this particular cloud formation, it looked like a huge bright orange explosion in slow motion. And I just watched that until the stars came out, just chilling on a deck chair on this balcony underneath a blanket. I didn't get to stay in St. Moritz very long. I pretty much went for the train journey, really, between Zermatt and St. Moritz, and then left for Germany the next day. I think my train was about midday, so I got down into the city centre. And there's the train station is across the road from a lake, which is crystal clear, or, the brightest blue, really beautiful colours. Again, stunning scenery. Would have been nice to have a day there maybe, or even another hour or a few hours just to do a whole lap of the lake. I just hung out by the train station for half an hour or so, just snapping pictures, having a little walk up and down. And yeah, it's very beautiful, but very expensive. I had a cheese pizza, nothing fancy, that cost £28, and ordered a glass of orange juice, which I thought was on the cheap side. It was like only 3 or 4 quid or something, and I thought I'd get like a really big glass of orange juice, but no, it was a teeny tiny sip of orange juice. I had to get like 5 of them to have a decent drink, so that worked out to like more than I've ever paid for orange juice in one sitting in the past. Short of winning the lottery, I don't think I'll be going back to Switzerland anytime soon, but I would love to, and I would recommend it if you can afford it. I just wanted to share the pictures of this one, really, and I hope you enjoyed them, and see you soon.